You think you'd know if you were being controlled, don't you? You think it would be loud, obvious. It's not. If someone is truly controlling you, you won't feel trapped.
In fact, you'll feel like everything is your choice. And that's the most dangerous part. Real control isn't a battle. It's a quiet suggestion, a subtle process that makes you believe every time you give in, it was your own idea.
Yeah, we all picture control as this big, forceful thing, like a cage with bars you can actually see. But that's not how it works. The most effective manipulation, the most powerful control, is completely invisible.
It doesn't force you. It just guides you. So slowly, so carefully that you start to mistake their influence for your own personality. You adapt, you shift, you change, and you believe, truly believe, it was all your idea. So, let's look closer. Let's look at the evidence.
Now, we're going to break down the 5 steps, the 5 pieces of evidence. And here's the scariest part. Most people who are being controlled will passionately defend the person controlling them. So let's see if any of this sounds familiar. Here are 5 signs that someone might be secretly pulling the strings in your life. Okay, number 1. It all starts right here, with the erosion of your own mind.
Think about it. You used to trust your gut, right? Your instincts. But now, you second-guess everything. What you say, what you feel, even what you remember. It's like your own mind has become an unreliable narrator in the story of your life.
And look at how they do it, with phrases like, "Are you sure that's what happened?" Or, "I think you're overreacting." See? They're not accusations. They're questions. They sound so reasonable, but their only job is to make your confidence just collapse. And eventually, you stop trusting yourself, and you start relying on them to tell you what's real.
All right, number 2. Right after that doubt sets in, the guilt follows.
It's this nagging, constant feeling that you've done something wrong, but you can't quite figure out what. You just know you're sorry. You're always a little on edge, always apologizing for something you can't even name. And they don't even have to attack you to do it. Think about the tactics, a sudden look of disappointment, the silent treatment, a slight change in their tone, or just subtly pulling away. See, your brain hates a vacuum. It scrambles to figure out what went wrong, and almost always it lands on one answer. It must be my fault. You're not reacting to reality anymore. You're reacting to guilt that you've invented.
Okay, so number 3. Your reality is warped, your confidence is gone, and now your world begins to shrink.
You stop talking to certain friends. You start avoiding places you used to love. You catch yourself filtering everything you say. And the thing is, it doesn't feel like you were ordered to. It just feels easier this way, safer.
And that right there, that's the trap. They make isolation feel like your decision. They frame it as protection. And slowly, quietly, your world shrinks until they are the only person left in the center of it.
Number 4. This one's about the erosion of you.
Your opinions, they kind of shift to match theirs. Your behaviors change to keep them happy. Your boundaries, they just dissolve. And it doesn't feel forced. It feels like natural growth, like you're becoming a better person. But it's not growth, it's erasure.
It's a very simple system. Step 1, when you do something that aligns with them, you get approval, warmth. Step 2, when you do something that doesn't, you get distance, coldness. Your brain learns that pattern fast, and it starts chasing the reward.
And that brings us to number 5, the final piece. And honestly, it's the most dangerous sign of all. A friend, a family member, someone who cares. They notice something is off. They try to warn you. And what's your first immediate reflex? You jump to the other person's defense. You protect them, even when a tiny part of you knows something isn't right.
The moment you find yourself reciting these lines, they didn't mean it like that. You just don't understand them. The moment you become their protector instead of your own, the control is complete. You are now guarding the very architecture of your own manipulation.
So let me ask you something directly. And I want you to really think about this. Because seeing it clearly, means everything has to change.
All right, let's pull back the curtain. Let's look at the engine that runs underneath all of this, because this is the core psychological truth of control.
We think control is about power, but that's the illusion. The reality is, control is about dependency. The second you stop trusting yourself, you start needing them. And the moment you need them to define your reality, they don't have to control you anymore. You'll do it for them.
So, where does that leave you? If you've recognized even one of these signs in your life, don't ignore it.
This kind of manipulation, it thrives in the dark, in the unspoken things, in the self-doubt you keep to yourself. Bringing it into the light, just seeing it for what it is, that's the only way to make it disappear.
So the final question isn't about them, it's about you. Are you really in control of your life, or are you just playing a role that someone else designed for you?